call this meeting to order. And opening prayer, Mr. Buford Rogers. Come forward and pray with us.
Most gracious Lord and Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for all that you do and all that we know that you're going to do. Lord, I lift up this meeting that everything be done according to your will. Lord, I thank you and praise you for your hand of protection over our country, over our land. I pray that you would just continue to be with those that battle in the wildfires and the floods aftermath. Father, I thank you that we're not having to deal with that here. And Lord, we give you praise for that. I ask you to guide these men and women as they make decisions, as they make choices, as they look to you for the answers. Most of all, Father, I ask you that we each one draw closer to you before it's eternally too late. Once again, I ask you to have your will done in this meeting, that you're pleased with it, and that we do things according to your will, and seek your guidance and leading us. For in the name of Jesus Christ, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
I'll say the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Mr. Buford.
Oh, is it?
Anything in the public forum? Okay. And approve the minutes.
I read it to them, Judge. I didn't find discrepancies, and so I move this adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have anything on the Pauper funeral? Discuss an act of official bonds, we don't have any of those. And then orange, discuss an act on approval of personal action form. So,
Good morning, everyone. You see in your packet a few personnel action forms there.
This one for the sheriff's department, they're just replacing the one that.
Oh, yes, sir. You talked, like, the second one?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Just
Made it sound like that it was for the chief deputy, but Tommy said he talked to the veteran that
Right.
just a chief deputy status, and like, that's what the most of admins are for chief deputies,
Right.
not assistant to the chief deputy.
Right.
I make a motion to approve them, Judge.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. check register.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning, honey, how are you?
Fine, thank you. At least I'm standing. Had a little bit of a knee problem last week. All right, you have in your agenda packet the claim register checks that were issued for the month of December. You see your grand total there, and of course what it includes: payroll, fringe benefits, and vendor invoice claims. And I've broken out what the vendor or payees amounts are separate from the payroll.
Bonnie,
yes,
this
sir.
is just from this budget, right?
Oh, yeah, it's awful. Now, there could be some that were paid in December that were backdated into September, yes. That's true. But those were the checks that were written in December. That is correct. We can get you a report on that, because if we need to accrue it back in the prior budget, we've been accruing them into the prior budget if they were for services rendered by the end of September. So if you have any questions on those, we can look those up for you.
As long as I don't lose my magnifying glass, I can read this,
Oh, I know.
but it's still pretty small.
I know it is small. We're trying various ways to try to generate the report, enlarge it, and we're still, and if you'll notice the other ones at the back pages, they're a little bigger, that print out. Why those will print out in large print and the others don't, I don't know. But the back pages will give you your totals by department, and then also by vendor or payee. In case there's a particular one you're wanting to know why was that amount issued to that particular vendor or payee, and try to answer those for you. Because there was some that were bonds that were paid out for large amounts that you may have a question on. Why are we paying this person that amount of money? You can see insurance that was paid, a retirement. There are also payments to vendors that was from the Veterans Grant, their pass-throughs. So, especially on the back page, there's a couple of vendors there that we paid bills for on their behalf.
How's that going?
I'll let Ms. Vicki address that. It's going really well. I think they have a lot of activity on the veterans, or this trust can also address that.
Bonnie, what is that power plant?
Oh, let's see which one. Power Plant is that third-party vendor. You guys may order stuff from a trucking company in Lufkin, United, something United. They send all their stuff to a third-party billing department. But we can pull those. I think they've got a third-party billing agency. That's who we have to make the check out to.
Motion, Bonnie?
Huh?
You need a motion?
Yes, if everybody's finished, with any questions?
I'll second.
All in favor? Number 9, discuss and act approval on claims and invoices for disaster-related purchases.
These are checks that were issued from December 23rd through January 9th. So you'll see you have some from Ace, Brian, some others that have come in. Good news, I don't know if you want me to steal your glory on them? Your money came in the bank. FEMA, $41,231.35, the first one we applied for.
So are there any rules on how I have to spend it?
No, you've already basically spent it when you repaired the roads. It's reimbursed.
You've already spent it, you better.
But use it wisely. It's up to you. You can talk to the treasurer's office where you want that to be. We still have to track it, but where you want that to be sitting for you.
I think it needs to be in the investment pool for now.
That's why Warren will take care of that for you.
How's all the other ones looking
Yeah, I think so. We should be expecting, they were asking about the others, they should be following shortly.
Within the next 20 days, we should be receiving 2 more, and then probably after that, every 10 days, we should be receiving a check in the bank.
So how much do we get, or Stephen get?
His first check was $41,000. And, you know, just kind of a rough estimate at what I have kind of figured, we're looking at over 500,000 altogether, so maybe even more. But, you know, by the time they go through and sort things and do things, and so
Well,
I'm quite pleased.
I just want to clear the air on one thing. 2 weeks ago, I made a big deal out of Miss Vicky and what a great job she done, and she has done a great job. But I left out probably the most important one in my precinct, which is Rebecca. Rebecca went with me and helped me put all this together to get to Miss Vicky. And I didn't give her no credit, and I want to give her all the credit in the world today. So thank you, Miss Vicky, but Rebecca sure helped me.
Well, it takes a team.
Thank you, Mr. Brandon, for riding with
And
me.
the judge
Okay.
did say something last week about there was everybody in this courthouse that worked on it, so.
It takes a team, like
That's
you
right,
said, it
that's
takes a team to make it work.
Everybody put their part in on it.
Yeah, we all have different skills and areas, so they all
Yeah, they
put
do.
together, perfect, yes.
Sometimes it was just a phone call.
Sometimes that's all it took.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims and invoices.
All in favor? Okay, number 10, discuss an act on approval to adopt IRS business mileage rate of 70 cents, January 1, 2025.
Or you can keep it at the current rate, but you have it budgeted 67 cents. This is a recommended.
I feel like the gas is gonna come down pretty quick myself. I think Lord leave it just like it is.
People that travel, I mean, you speak out, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I mean, we just need to know so that when we reimburse for mileage, that we know how much to apply.
How y'all feel about that?
I have
I
no
make a
problem.
motion, we leave it like it is.
I'll second that. Fine.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. 67 cents.
That's what we already budgeted for, correct?
Yes.
So,
Drill, baby, drill, is what he said.
Number 11, receive auditor's audit report for jail commissary for fiscal year 2024.
This is just for your information that we conducted the audit for the commissary. It's electronically controlled through your kiosk through a third party, but it does run reports for us so that we can see how much money is coming in for the inmates, how much they're spending, and then when they leave, any funds that are left over then are returned to them. We do not realize a whole lot of income from this. Now, as you can see, I think last year we had $40. This fiscal year, we're a negative $9.80. So, not a lot of income, but there is a lot of transactions, as you can see, $88,000.
is this just for our jail here
Yes, sir.
for 1 year?
Yes, sir.
Bonnie, is this a new thing?
It is because they started doing they entered into a contract with a company that provides all of the electronic, or their meal or food or extras that they want and different things that they, telephone calls. People can send them money to use toward purchasing items like that.
So you're telling me in a year's time, out of the inmates that's in this jail, not the ones that we housed out, just here, there's been $88,000?
Come in and out.
I don't feel as sorry for them as I used to.
Motion for that, or?
No,
it's
No,
just
just
information.
receipt.
receive it.
The only one that requires this is really the jail, commission. They require us to do, the auditor to do
Is
it.
that 12 months now?
It's from October of last year through September. October 1 through September 30,
I
yes.
thought it must be new, because I hadn't,
We've done it, this is the second time. We did it
Yeah.
last year, was the first time, and now this is the next year.
okay.
And that's all I have.
Thank you, Ms. Bond.
Number 12, presentation for 2024 tax continuing education, transit to Commissioners Court for filing of record.
Nancy's been to school.
23 hours total this one.
I think she submits that to us sometime a year, and tells us.
Well, yeah, she has to, I mean, that's the law. Yes, everybody does it, don't they?
And they had a new law that's changed too about the bonded title that's coming across now too. You can't just go in and get one that's come through the county judge.
Really?
It's no action on that. Don't have any questions or anything else?
She's doing a fabulous job. Nancy.
Now, number
You're up.
13, this
How are y'all
discuss
today?
act approval on criminal justice grant program.
So in January, they opened up, Office of Governor opened up the new grants, and so we went through them and looked at the ones that we wanted to propose for Trinity County this year. That's why there is a stack of them. They're all due February the 13th, so it's kind of a push to get them heard and to get them out. The first one that we're looking at is the criminal justice. It's for the Sheriff's Department. What this one will do is help law enforcement, specialized training in crime prevention and education, alternate track to crime prevention. It can help offset some of the salaries and programs that are being implemented in the county. There is no match. It's 100%.
I make a motion to approve it.
Second, let's go for it.
All in favor?
Aye.
The other week, Miss Vicky's coming to the office. My hand is sore by the time I get there.
I'm sorry.
But I so appreciate you trying and your effort in responding.
I'm telling you.
Anybody else that's involved in it too.
I read over these last night. Every one of them is sheriff's department, isn't it?
Several of them are, yes.
Except the USDA.
Yes. The second one is for the internet crimes against children. This is to help with educating the children into making sure our lines are safe, that the kids aren't getting inappropriate information on them. We're looking at around 50,000. Again, there's no match. It's a task force. Most of this will probably be education in the school systems.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. 15, discuss an act of approval of the Project Safe Neighborhood Grant Program.
This one again is for the Sheriff's Department. It is for a safe neighborhood for our children. It's looking more at your city, your two cities, Groveton and Trinity, what's going on there, having a task force that monitors the playgrounds, things like that. We're looking at about 30,000 to engage to make sure our children are not being exposed to gang-related activities in the evenings when they're playing and exercising.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The next one is actually a cybersecurity. It includes the sheriff's department, but it is mainly technology. We applied for this grant last year and we were not awarded. It does have a 20% max, but the maximum amount we would be seeking is $185,000. Last year, we saw about $80,000 in that. We included salaries and we also included some of the fees that we pay to have outside help come in and look at our system to make sure it's secure. So a lot of these fees we're already paying, so sometimes that 20% would be offset by some of that revenue.
Yeah, so $37,000.
Looking to
So
offset that.
this is just for government planning. Yeah, we need it. We need the cybersecurity.
You're offsetting some of that
Mhm,
expense
yes,
we're gonna have instead of
exactly,
that 20%.
exactly. We'd have the 20%. And we would keep it at a minimum to keep it there.
We know that all this cybersecurity really needed. I mean, as much as people get on and destroy everything and get in your business and
Yes.
put viruses and everything else, so.
Ms. Vicky, there's no match on any of these.
This one
20.
there is. This one there is a 20% match on the cybersecurity. There is a 20% match. And that's why I said we would keep it at a very minimum. But
Oh,
some
I
of
see.
it, we're already paying salaries and we're already paying for outside assistance and we're already paying for special programs.
She said it could go to,
And we can build that cost and build that program all together to help offset that 20%.
So 20%, we're basically already budgeted and we're paying, so this would then offset that.
it would cover Sean's salary?
A portion of his salary, correct. A portion of Sean's salary and our
It should
out-
cover a portion of Sean's
Sean's
salary.
salary and our outsourced IT that we pay.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Number 17, discuss an act of approval of the state Homeland Security Program.
Yes, this is one that, actually the judge and I have talked about. This is looking at equipment and training. So this is where, we have attempted to get a boat, rescue boats in the county and have not been able to. And if we're needing some type of assistance with new vehicles or something, this is where we would apply for that. So this comes under Homeland Security. How are we gonna keep this area secure if there was a terroristic act or if there were a natural disaster? So what could we do?
Great deal. Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
The next one is the rifle resistant body armor. This is every year we ask for new body armor. It has to be reevaluated. You have to get the next level depending on what is recommended at that time. There is no match. And this year we're only looking at maybe adding 4 or 5 more. That's how many we added last year. We added 4. So we're doing just a few at a time as they're getting new officers in.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Discuss an act of approval of rifle resistant body armor.
So, we had a proposal to do the Forest Service U.S. Wildlife Department for wildfire round 3. Round 2 we received. Langford and Associate is writing our proposal for that, and we were given the go-ahead that we could reach out to apply for round 3. Langford and Associate were the only team who turned in a proposal. the judge and Mr. Oren, we did review the proposal and met all the components that we wanted. This proposal is the proposal that actually allows us to look for equipment and supplies that are gonna be needed to protect the cities and protect the county in the event of a wildfire, such as the ones that are raging now in California. And with that, what I'm proposing is that the committee look to Langford and Associates and accept their proposal. They will come in and meet with the city fire departments and a couple of commissioners, and they will discuss our needs, write our grant, and send it off. They've been very successful with us. Now, if you look on this sheet, it can be between $1 and $10 million that is requested. A lot of that will be what is needed in our community, and they'll take the plan and look at that. They have a match, but we have always requested a waiver, and we have always been accepted in that waiver because we meet the criteria of being in a rural area and being historically in a poverty region. The other thing is they will receive 8% to manage the grant if it is between $1 to $10 million, and that will come out of the grant itself into the grant.
So, Ms. Vicky, when we applied for this last year or year before last,
We got the one last year, yes, sir, and that's round 2. So they're gonna write the plan, that the plan will piggyback, this will piggyback off the plan and tell us exactly what we need in our community.
but my question was, it was to burn this land. They were gonna, I came to a meeting over here with some of them, I don't remember who it was, but it was managing the land. Like the companies used to burn this property off, and they don't anymore, and that's what's wrong with California. And this money was involved in that too. Is that still in it?
I cannot answer that,
Okay.
but there will be, I can speak with the gentleman and find out that answer for you, though. But
Okay.
I
I
cannot.
think I understand what he's saying. So so there's a plan, and you have to have a plan before you get the
Now.
action, right? Like the water grant we talked
Exactly.
about.
And then you can apply in.
But you said, and part of their plan would be scheduled prescribed
Controlled
burns.
burners.
I think you understand it right, and I think there would
I
likely
think
be
you do.
scheduled prescribed burns.
But I
What do
just
they
don't
call
want to
that?
say that for a
I think
fact.
This would probably pay for it, I
Yes.
guess.
You know, chilling.
I
There
think
will be a
that,
lot
the way
of
that works
people
is
covered.
that
Yeah.
you're supposed to pinpoint, like if you have an area that has frequent burns, fires that get out, you're supposed to have a plan for that area, what you could do. Like a certain subdivision that's kind of bushy, you could go in there and have a plan to mulch that area to keep the fire risk down. And it's not like the whole area, but like different spots.
People don't understand how much closer we are to California's problem around here. When I was a kid, and all this land was owned by timber companies, they cut the timber, they planted it, they took dozers and piled it up in piles and burned it. And then when the trees got up 5 years old or whatever, they burn it. And they burn it every year. Or they burn certain sections. And they don't do that anymore because the timber companies have went out of business. And investment firms have got it now. And a lot of it's been over into private properties. And that's another reason that we have so much problem with the roads, is because you can't cut a ditch to get the water out through this timberland anymore. So I think this would be a great asset if it's still like they talked about it before.
Yes.
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
What's the status with that water grant?
The water grant we have, the engineer will be coming in, we did receive that through Globe. And, they will be coming in with the engineer, and he will be looking at the city and the county to see what needs to be next. and then we will go out for a proposal for how are we
Like
gonna
we
fix
did with
this.
the fire?
Mhm,
Okay.
Exactly.
Alright.
So, yes, we have several of those,
Okay,
yes.
I think that'd be
yes,
great.
Yes, that's a great question.
Oh, yeah.
I think we were notified after Christmas
March?
that we would receive
Okay.
that. Mhm. The final one is,
Discussing
the,
bill number 28, correct?
yes, the final one, yes.
Discuss an act authorizing, resolution authorizing signatories for the federal land office community development block grant.
And this is for the county to move forward and complete our hazard mitigation plan.
Is that the one that was 250,000 that we,
Yes, 250,000, you like to say,
that's
correct.
right then?
And this is just for the signatures of the judge.
I think it's Bonnie and Orrin is on these, I think.
Oh, is it?
Make a
And
motion
it's
to
just a
approve.
resolution, and Bonnie signs it, and the judge signs it.
And the judge, yeah.
And-
I'll second it.
And that way,
It's
you
just
know
the
that
third
it's
step.
authorizing information that's coming in. and
Y'all done really approving it, it's just the third step into it. Right.
I will let you know
They're
that
not
this
gonna help.
morning I received the, trash proposal, and we were accepted through DECOG, and this year it's 11,300, and it will include a tire trailer for each precinct. And you'll be able to have the tires brought in, loaded up in the trailer, and they haul them off. They come, they get them, and they haul them off. And that'll go along with your trash dumpster. So as soon as it's all executed, I'll let you know, so we can pick a date, get it all coordinated, and move forward. I know y'all
So-
had said you wanted tires, so.
Now, you
we
just
got
said
tires.
something, I want to clarify. You said there's gonna be a trailer
Yes.
per precinct.
Per precinct.
So there's gonna be two across precinct 3.
Mhm, For 1, and for 2, and for 3, and for 4.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
Okay.
But they did tell you mine's a mini trailer. So,
We're going to do some planning on that.
Sure we are.
Uh,
And as far as businesses that have went out of business, I know of one in Trinity that closed down and then they left all the tires there. Are we gonna allow a business to
They
break?
will not allow a business, but individuals can bring them.
We also can't
And
charge them, I believe, either, right? Because they're already paying for it, we don't charge them.
they cannot pay for them because, DECOG is paying for all.
So we can't charge $3 or whatever we charge them for.
Because they take
there'll be
them
no
and
charge
recycle
for
them.
for
No
tires,
charge.
okay?
But an operational business cannot bring them. But an individual,
Because they received funds to dispose of those tires.
oh, I understand.
Well, but I mean, that's TQ's position on that. They have
They already
received
got paid
funds.
for them, but they just didn't do what they're supposed to do with it.
That's correct. You can go around and see all the businesses.
They just kept
Bless you.
the disposal fee.
They have to feed.
I didn't think about that.
They're returning.
Yeah. Do they charge you $3 or $4 now to get rid of a tire?
But
Well-
yes, they will be there.
We've got some issues with
So
tires.
how's that on, does that, it can be on a separate day than our trash day, correct?
It can be, or you can do it all together. It's however you want
You
to
do it
set it
together.
up. We'll just do it
We
together.
can do it
You
together.
can't do it
No, it's
together.
kind of an issue. At first, we can do it together, and then we
But
could,
you were
and then.
collecting and you were buying and doing it
Yeah.
separately, now you outsource that entire.
We've outsourced it, right.
That was enough for that one day.
That's a wonderful thing. That is a wonderful thing.
I just,
But I don't know if we got enough individuals to fill up on the train. But we could,
we don't know if we got enough, we gotta work on getting community service workers. and-
we got to have some
You may
inmates.
have volunteers, okay.
Yeah.
And how many days, can that be, it can be multiple day, correct, or is it just?
It's just the one day.
I thought that they said that. it-
They'll,
like a 2-day event
it
or
will
something.
come the next day to pick it up. So you really have, like, if you wanted to do that morning before they get here to pick them up, yes. Well, you're gonna do it on the Saturday, so you would have a Sunday and a Monday for them to pick it up.
How big is the trailer they're bringing?
The company is out of Houston.
Is
How
it
big?
big? Is
Oh,
it a van trailer?
That's what we've always had is a big van.
Those right there, the 18-wheeler box trailers that we got 4 whole regular tires, 9 to 1100 tires.
How many tires you got?
I'll have to look, I have.
We don't have.
Probably-
it.
I think they'll probably hold it.
I got a-
You don't have none, do you? You don't have any tires. do
I
you?
got a few.
Oh, really? Okay.
15 to 20.
They bring them over from precinct 3 and throw them out, I think.
I know somebody's been hauling them in there and putting them out.
But you tell them to stay in 3, cause 2's catching them back.
When do y'all think y'all will do the next cleanup?
April,
We used to do April and October.
April?
October. But we're really gonna get some, if we're gonna do all that together, trash plus, you know, number one, I don't know if my yard's big enough to do all that.
Wow.
And they can't do
You got a quote
TVs
from
and
them?
stuff like
I
that.
do, well, it's, I was trying to find my,
what, TV?
it prints
I
out.
don't think they'll allow it.
Every year,
You know, I took that paint that time that you brought it out there, Judge, I took that paint, what it's supposed to do for the, for you.
every year is more.
It just went on record.
I thought he was gonna paint it.
I did, I painted the house, but
I guess it's all right with you, I guess next court meeting, we need to put on there, set a date on what we're gonna do. it.
I will send this, specs down to, Randy, they're on there just,
It's probably one of those big trailers, that's what.
Whatever it is,
It's
that's
gonna
all
be
you
big.
get, really.
it's big enough because they tried to get me to get fewer because they're afraid, they said whether we filled it up or not.
I was just wondering
We
if
would have to pay.
mine gets like half full, what do I do, you know, just sit it,
Send it here.
sit it over
Well,
here?
and they also said, you know, there may come a time when you have to, you may fill up and you need to have them brought to one of the other precincts to fill up the truck, so.
But this is for the dumpsters as well. $11,000 will cover 4
Yeah.
tire trucks and
Mhm.
all the dumpsters. We usually get 2 dumpsters apiece and they get 3 or so, I believe. Correct? Y'all get 3 dumpsters and we get 2 apiece. right?
I'll send you the specs, I have them upstairs, they didn't put it in
I
here,
think that's how.
this is just the contract, but I have them upstairs.
Oh. Yeah, I think that's right, Tom.
I think all,
We got
every
3 last
location
time.
gets 2 and then y'all get 3 because there's 2 of you. I believe that's how it
Well, you get 2 on the lake
is.
and 1
There's
here,
two- There are 2
so
of
you
you.
get 3.
Yeah, there's, yes. I think that's-
You always
I'll
got
send
3.
you how the breakdown is this year.
So how much was the grant last year for?
It was 5,000, so we doubled it.
So
this
it's
year.
9.
11,000.
Well, that's how the tires are gonna be
377.
taken
But
care
Yeah.
It's 11,000 is what we're gonna get.
It wasn't but 7 people that got that.
I just remember when we bought that trailer ourselves, it was $2,500, $3,000 for one trailer.
So just keep in mind, if that trailer ain't full of tires when it leaves, it's still going to cost the same.
It's gonna cost the same, exactly.
Yeah, but it's a grant, but I'm saying 2,500 times 4 trailer, that's 10,000, that only needs $1,000 for all the dumpsters, which ain't gonna cover it, that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, my environmental man back there is the one that took all the money in, so, he'll be checking them trucks in. John, you make sure none of them businesses bring nothing now, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you again, Miss Vicki.
Yes, ma'am, both of you ladies, thank you
I'm
much.
turning marshals over to adjourn. But that's all we did.
So we got, next week though, if you got any rusty pipes, it's gonna be 36 one day and in the teens for a couple of days. You sure
We didn't
get-
vote on 20.
I'm sorry.
We had a motion and a second, but we didn't vote.
All in favor? So much.
2 seconds. Yes.
Right.
I, make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah. He seconded.